Hey guys, welcome back to a special edition of Bobby Pin's Celebrity Artist Spotlight. Today I have with me the #1 gospel song on the Billboard charts, Miss Koryn Hawthorne. She will be talking to us about her song Speak to Me, as well as her current album that's out, some beauty tips, how she's keeping up with social media, and all the things that we need to know about her. So make sure you guys hang tight. She'll be joining us very, very shortly. In the meantime, if you are new here, thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit that follow button because I do these interviews regularly. In fact, there's a whole playlist right here on IGTV for you to tune into and catch up. We've talked to Donnell Jones, Tank, Raheem Devon, Don Benjamin. The list goes on. It's been a really amazing time since July. Also, you can head on over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/thebobbypin, where these videos will also show up and you can subscribe there and do your thing. If the spirit moves you, I would really love it if you would click the buy a badge button right on your screen. That is a great way to support me and creators like me here on Instagram. You can show your love with a little tip, a little donation, or what have you. Today is Giving Tuesday, so I would really appreciate your support there. In the meantime, go ahead and share this live with someone. Share it with a friend. Don't be stingy. It's lit. So make sure you share this live. We are bringing up right now. I'm so happy to have her join us, guys. Uh-oh. Let's try that again. I got an error message. Yes, share this live with a friend right now. Share it, share it, share it. Hey, beautiful.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I always love your energy and your presence, so I'm excited to chat with you tonight.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I ain't been on IG Live in a little second, so we're going to give them all a good energy for sure.
Period.
Yes.
I'm happy to bring you out of retirement.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and jump right into it. How does it feel to have the #1 Billboard gospel single right now?
Girl, I don't know. I'm like, because it's not my first time, of course, Won't You Do It was like a really big song for me.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's more so like, oh, okay, thank you, Jesus, because kind of like following up to like such a big record like that. I know a lot of people always ask me if I felt like pressure with this new album and the songs that I was putting out to like follow up to that. And I always would just tell them like, I'm not even thinking about it because it's not why I make music. You know, I really make music to inspire and uplift people. But the fact that we did it, I'm still deep down like, thank you, Jesus, because I didn't want to be a one-hit wonder. I didn't want to be a one-hit wonder. So, yeah. And it feels good that people are actually, like, vibing out to this song. Like, y'all actually like this song?
Yes.
Like, that's how I feel. So, thank God, though.
It is such a vibe. But here's the thing. I'm not surprised to see that you are still climbing the charts. Because when you came out, you have a presence. You have a sound that is so unique. You ain't going nowhere. Like, you are a staple already in the industry, and I'm just excited to see where you continue to go.
I receive that.
Speak to me more about this single. Speak to me. Funny.
It's
reminiscent of, you know, the 90s gospel that we know we're familiar with. I want to say it's Fred Hammond that we've heard, but it's your original take as well. And I feel like there are some maybe R&B elements as well. So can you kind of describe the song for us?
For sure. So Donnie McClurkin is the sample that's in the beginning. So shout out to Uncle Donnie for even letting me do this, because girl, that's a whole nother thing. These gospel legends out here letting you do what you do. And this new generation is, I'm grateful that he even allowed it. But I also just feel like the sound is like super nostalgic to like R&B too. Like it's so crazy how it all combined. But shout out to Troy Taylor, who produced this, who is an amazing and legendary producer who has produced for everybody and their mama. Shout out to Dante Austin, Troy Bishop, the people that worked on this record. I remember being in the studio and like, I like to call myself a singer because, you know, I don't know if y'all know, but I was on The Voice. Sometimes I forget. I'll be like, you know what? Don't let nobody play you. You can sing because you was on The Voice. I have to remind myself. So I've been in competition since I was 7 years old. So anytime I get in the studio, it's literally like a breeze. I'm so grateful for that. Like, and most of the time, like my vocal producers were kind of just letting me do whatever I want to do. Troy Taylor is not like that, baby. He is a perfectionist. And this man was up, you flat, do it again, up. Because shout out to Jonte, whose cadence and just the way that he like I know what you're telling your mind shoes. You keep it official every time I kick it with you. It's like, I remember hearing the demo and being like, I cannot wait to record this song. But it was actually one of the hardest songs that for me vocally.
Wow.
And it doesn't sound like it. I'm sure when you listen to the song,
right,
you just like,
easing on through.
no, boo. I was struggling in that booth, okay?
Really?
But I'm really grateful for that because it was fun though, because it was a challenge. And I can say like I don't really have that many vocal challenges in the studio because I kind of just do whatever I want to do. But because Troy is such a stickler and a perfectionist, he made me do it over and over again, and it was fun. Okay, it was fun. So this was probably like the best time I had in the studio throughout the whole album. So it's just, I don't know, it's like almost like hard work pays off because I'm happy that people like actually love this record. But I knew it was about when I first heard it. I was like, somebody get Charlie Wilson on the feature, okay? Yes. Somebody get Uncle Charlie on the feature. Because I was like, this is the song for the cookouts. So
yeah, for the whole cookouts. It is, sis. You got a hit on your hand. And again, it's nice to hear that you were challenged in this one. Challenges are a good thing, and that's how you continue to grow as an artist. So, like I said, I'm really excited for this one, and I'm happy for the success that you're seeing. Girl, okay, so last time I saw you, I think we were doing Zoom calls for the Stellar Awards, and your beautiful little doggy was in the background. How's your baby?
She is sitting up on the sofa over there. Let's hope nobody come to the door or anything like that, because she gonna start letting her presence be made known. But Promise is doing well. Yeah. I'm really surprised that, I mean, I still have this dog. It's going on 3 years. And I feel like I'm a good mama because my mama, everybody in my family was like, you don't need a dog. And guess what? We still here. Okay,
period.
I'm a good mama.
Prove them wrong, sis.
So yeah, she's good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So talk to me about I Am. Your album is out right now. How have you grown from us first meeting you on The Voice and definitely you stepping out as a featured recording artist to where we see you now? Talk to me a little bit about that progression.
Woo! So, I mean, like, I'm just 22. I'll be 23 on December 26th. My birthday coming up, okay?
It's lit.
But it's
Jordan
crazy.
here.
Like, I'm, like, going through life. You know, I'm growing as a woman. I'm growing in my walk with Christ. Like, just like anybody else. So like I've grown, period. But just like musically, I know like when I first started, you know, from The Voice, I wasn't really an artist. I really didn't feel connected to that because I had been singing covers my whole life. I wanted to sing everybody else's song. Yeah. So just like going through that whole process of figuring out what I wanted. My first album, I let a lot of people tell me what to do. And then just this album, I was like, no. This is why it's called I Am, because I know what I want. I know the message that God has for me to send. And I mean, like, we just living in that. It was easy. Like, it was so easy. And I was super grateful for that. So, yeah, I say that that's just a drastic difference, just that I'm growing, period. Yeah. And it just makes me excited to know, like, the future, like, what I want to say in the next 2 years and what that's going to look like. Because to me, looking at it, is such a drastic difference, but the same roots and foundations, and that's what's important to me, is to just stay grounded, but to continue to grow. We might get a purple flower here, a blue flower here, but as long as we growing and get higher, that's all that matters.
Yeah, amen. The fruits of the spirit. No, I'm excited for you. I'm happy that you are coming into your own. And speaking of which, girl, first of all, I couldn't find my other eyelash. Let me take this one off because now I look less crazy. But listen, your skin is glowing. You on here giving us hair tutorials, sis. Let's get into this beauty regimen.
You know what? It's still a process because, like, for me, I always had sensitive skin. Like, all my people that struggle with eczema out there, because I know I'm not the only one, okay? So my mama always was just, like, really hard on me about the products that I use because she knew that I had super sensitive skin. Right now, Witch Hazel is my best friend. Yes. I don't do too much. My whole little thing to keeping this face decent is not to do too much. Witch Hazel, I had, like, this really dope product. It's called, like, Glimmin or something like that. And it's a vitamin C turmeric clay mask. And I like it, okay? I use it, like, 2 times a week. And I feel like I see a good little, it keep my skin, like, the tone and everything is really fire. But literally, Witch Hazel, also, like, my skin about to be real dope because it's cool out here. It's starting to get winter time. And my skin does, like, better in the winter. So, like, in the summer times, I give me a nice little ice roller and make sure I like put that on my face. But as far as like my hair grows, like I am all for like protective styles because I'm all about growth. Like when I was younger, I'm that person. I had like super duper long hair, and y'all know we got that chemical, that hair crack, and it just jacked us all up.
Break you off a little bit.
Girl, I decided to go natural about 2 years ago. It hasn't been that long. And regrow my hair. Growth was and health was like my main priority. So just protective stylings, braids, wigs. Y'all know we love a good wig, okay? But also, you'll see, and flames. But I also spend time with my natural hair to figure out what it wants and what it loves because it has its own personality, you know. So a lot of people be asking me a lot of questions about, you know, my hair routine. And honestly, I would say protective styles, but also make sure you're taking time to get to know what your hair likes because everybody's hair is different. Like, I'm just a cool person. I wash my hair with cold water only, and it loves that. My little sister has beautiful hair, and her hair is different. Like her hair, like hot water. So just take time to figure out your hair and what it likes. Don't be afraid to do trial and error with different products. Some things might work for you. Some things might not. Shout out to Mayel because they really got good products. I really use them. It's not just a sponsorship. I really use their products. But that's
Black owned, so I like that as well.
Yeah.
You just put me on game though, washing your hair with only cold water. What does that do?
Okay, so like my hairstylist, shout out to Daniel, that's my baby. He told me like wash your hair with cold water because it like opens up your follicles. So like, all right, don't quote me. Don't quote me because I think that that's what he said. But he said something like that. Like if you wash your hair with cold water, it'll open up the follicles. So the thing for me was that my hair was like really dry. So like when you're putting conditioner, so guess what? Like if I put conditioner in my hair,
it's just staying on top.
Right. It'll take time for it to like absorb it, like over like an hour for me to see the effects of what I just put in my hair. But I gotta leave it completely wet. Like I can't dry it or nothing. I gotta give it time.
Yeah.
If you wash your hair with cold water, it's gonna open up the cuticle and it's gonna go in there faster. The hair
Girl, you are changing the game. What?
That's what my hairstylist told me, and I'm just telling y'all that
I'm gonna give it a try.
Now you have to do it. Now the thing about like natural hair is like it really loves routine. So you might not see results instantly, but if you stick with it, you'll see the results. For real, for real. But that's what be working for me. And right now,
I'm gonna give it a try, girl. I'm gonna DM you and be like, that worked. It worked.
Let me know. But do it like 3 times first, okay? And then like,
okay. All right. So don't get mad at you if it don't work the first time.
You gotta keep trying.
Got it. So talk to me about the holiday season. You give us cooking tutorials on your Instagram. I love your page. How did Thanksgiving go for you?
You know what? I actually had a really good Thanksgiving. This is when I realized that I was getting old because I had to bring so many dishes to Thanksgiving dinner. Like I'm just 22. Why my mama acting crazy like that? Saying she want me to make the potato salad. No, mama, you make the potato salad.
She said you grown now.
Yeah, they need to. Anybody else, grandparents or older people in y'all family acting like that? Because my mama been doing us bad. Like, I'm like, it's time for y'all to cook for us. No, mama, when you gone, that's when we gonna start cooking. But I'm gonna need you to give it to us while you still here. So I had to cook a lot of dishes for Thanksgiving, and they tore it up. Like they didn't have nothing left. So I'm gonna assume I did a good job. But just spending time with my family was everything. Just because the pandemic and just, you know, we not able to do things as much as we used to. And I'm like a big family time type of person. So I got to see them for Thanksgiving. And it just was like, I don't know, being surrounded by like love and family, it just kind of gets you a chance to like forget everything that's going on. And you just like get to spread love. We played cards and laughed, and I played a prank on them. And
what was the prank?
Y'all don't want to know what the prank was. You really don't want to know. But it was hilarious.
That's cute. Well, I'm glad that you had good family time. This whole quarantine situation is so surreal, and everyone is having different sort of reactions to it. Do you feel you've been more productive, or have you been a little more distracted? How has this been?
Girl, I don't know. Like the good thing, I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but I feel like I've always been super easily adaptable, like to my circumstance.
Yeah.
So like I adapt well when I'm busy. I adapt well when I'm not busy. So right now I feel like I've adapted to this lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary because I'm like, okay, but wait, this is not really my life.
I know.
This is what's going on right now in Jesus' name, because we got to come out of this.
Amen.
But like, I have good moments and I have bad moments. Like, I think like everybody else, like seriously, I'll be talking about it and be wanting to cry because it's like spending a lot of time like just with yourself and like away from distraction, the world, everything else. When you don't have that, it really makes you think about a lot of stuff. And I had time to do that and like just realizing what I really want and what I don't want. And even just, y'all know I love the Lord, my relationship with God and things that I hadn't addressed before because I was so busy. And I'm like, oh my God, I never addressed this. I got problems. I went to therapy since I've been in quarantine.
Come on, therapy. Yes, healing.
Okay. Somebody make therapy popular. Okay, because it's needed. And just like dealing with stuff that I never even thought was a problem, I probably would have never addressed if I was continuing to do what I normally do. So that's good though. I take it as a blessing. And I don't know, as much as I'm ready to come out of this, I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And I believe that God has a plan, and we can't like sit in this and continue to be negative. We got to figure out, okay, well, we're here. Why are we here? And what do I need to do? Get myself together in this area. I don't want to come out of this and God be sitting up here like, now you didn't spend this whole year and you ain't even grow nothing. You ain't learned nothing from this. So I just like to take every experience as a learning experience, and whatever God wanted me to get in this moment, I hope I got it. Like, that's how I feel. Because I feel like a whole nother thing coming after this. It's a shift. It's a shift. And wherever you're going, you need to be ready for where we're going. Because when that thing take off, this for somebody.
You don't want to be left behind.
You do not want to be left behind. Whatever is coming after this storm, it's coming quick. So please, y'all, get yourself together. Get it together. And
Amen. I really believe that. I had Raheem Devon on here last week, and he said the same thing, that this time has been an opportunity to understand your purpose. And I feel like you're echoing that. Like, we're here for a reason. We were spared for a reason, and it's our responsibility to be in tune with that so that we are prepared to move forward. So I'm happy to hear you say that.
Yeah, girl.
And I'm proud of you. Yes, therapy, healing, learning ourselves, being whole. Okay, I'm here for that.
It's real mature. Like,
you 23 out here.
I'm 40 here, girl. It's real mature and
grown up.
I know I'm getting old, man. I don't know how I feel about that, but
well, girl, I'm your age in reverse, so let's not talk about being
you
old.
You do not look like you're 30. So you're about to be 33?
Correct. In April, I'll be 33.
Okay, so how does that feel? The same?
Ooh, I don't want to scare you because I didn't do the work that you're doing at your age. So let me say that. Hopefully you have a much better experience. I expected 30 to just everything was going to fall into place. I'm having a lot of those reckonings that you're describing now. Like, they're kind of just hitting me of things that I love about myself that I've overlooked, that I'm trying to embrace more. Things I need to work on, girl. And admitting that and being big enough to own it and like, okay, I can be better in that area. So I'm assuming that continues to go on. I've been reconnecting with family members, and like, they're in their 70s and 80s and they still figuring it out.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're ever going to completely have it together. But I again applaud you for being so young and being serious about growing and developing as a whole person. I feel like I spent my 20s so focused on my career that I didn't really pay attention to me, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm working through now.
I think that you never stop growing, but I think like you grow for different seasons and stages in your life. So like, what I'm growing for now are like the things that you grew at when you were 22. It was for where God had you in that season. And like what you're learning and growing in now is for where he's like, life is just about seasons and stages. So you're right. Like, that don't make me sad though, to feel like, dang, I'm gonna be 30 and still have to figure stuff out. But I know it's gonna be for something that's completely different than what it is now. So that actually is kind of dope, because it's just like, people think that you have one purpose and you don't. Like, you have multiple purposes throughout your life. And I just look forward to, like, because of everything that I'm doing so young, and I mean, don't think that I'm different from y'all. This is simply because I decided and responded to the call of God over my life at a young age. And sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to figure out what the call is, to stop running from it, to get that whole thing together. But I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, well, your process is different, because it's not. God has a specific plan for your life. He is just waiting for your yes and your submission to what that thing is. Now, that don't mean that it ain't gonna have no obstacles, because I didn't have my obstacles. Still dealing with it now. But it just literally some encouragement that you have multiple purposes and plans over your life. And if God could do this now, I just can't wait to see what he's gonna do in the future.
Yeah, amen. Yes. Like you said, he's preparing you for elevation. I'm so excited for it. For all of us, for everybody who's tuned in right now, we are here for a reason, y'all. To be well enough to just be chilling on Instagram, like that is such a blessing. So, so talk to me actually, as a young Christian dealing with this crazy time. People are losing their jobs. Social justice issues are at the forefront. There's so much reckoning, so much change happening. What advice maybe do you have to a younger viewer or your peer who might be watching this that's kind of struggling maybe with their faith or just trying to figure out where they fit into this world?
I would probably say, like, do not get caught up in the hype of everything that's going on. Like, don't get caught up in the hype. Like, this year was a crazy year. It sucked. And I was not scared to say that. None of my interviews, I was promoting the album, like, this year sucks. Yup. Yeah. It's been a sucky year, but don't get caught up in the hype. I don't want y'all to take this for, like, what it is. Like, there's so much. Life is actually, like, a really beautiful thing. And I feel like we can get the best out of life, but it's all from your choices and your decisions. So, with that, I would say your mindset, choose to have a good life. Choose to have the best life. It does not matter what you're going through, what your mama didn't do, what your friends got going on, what mistakes you done made in the past, because that's something that'll preach, because people feel like they make mistakes and it can affect you for the rest of your life. Let it go. Make better choices the next day. Like, seriously. And that is for somebody. Please stop being stuck in the same cycle. We coming out of cycles, because a new year about to embark. We're not continuing this. It's okay. Make better choices the next day. And I feel like everything is about a choice. My mama always say that, man. It's all about your choices. You have to choose to want better for yourself. So that's just what it is. Make good choices, y'all, and choose to follow God, because that's the best choice that you could ever make.
Amen.
Purpose over everything.
Yes.
And that's what I.
Come on now. She's a young OG. Listen to how she speaks. I love it. I love it. Koryn, it's been a pleasure catching up with you. I also want to take half a beat to thank I Am Less of Me for buying a badge. I see you, friend. What can we expect next from you?
I don't know, man. Like, to be honest, I don't know. Like, every single time, like, I try to think about, like, my future, or, like, I really don't like to put my plans. It probably sounds so cliche. I'm so sorry for people that might make y'all cringe. I don't want to put my plans over God's plans for my life. And that's just facts. His plans are better than my plans. I do not make good decisions for myself. So let's continue to let God continue to orchestrate my life. But there are things that are already established and set in stone that I'm actually really excited about.
Okay.
It's stuff that I can't necessarily talk about. But your girl trying to start a business out here in the streets. I'm trying to put on my business hat, you know, because I always wanted to be like a what y'all call them people?
An entrepreneur.
I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I did not want for singing to literally just be my only thing, because I feel like I got the means to do other stuff. So I'm excited that that's something that I get to try out, and also some TV stuff that I can't really talk about. But y'all just be on the lookout. It's some good stuff, and hopefully just like this music continuing to like get out there. Y'all please continue to support this. I'm still laughing at myself for not knowing entrepreneurs. Y'all continue to support the single Speak to Me, because this song is like doing it for people right now. And I just want y'all to know, like, no, this song is not about a man if you thought that it was about a man. Okay, I definitely, Jonte, we definitely.
Well, it's about the man.
It's about God, man. We definitely wrote this about God, but I actually really do vibe out with the fact that people are applying it to that, because I think you do need to have positive relationships in your life, and people don't really talk about that. So if you got somebody in your life, you got your husband, you got your little boyfriend, and he saved, good, let him be saved.
He can't be getting there. He got to already be saved.
I mean, you know, he could be getting there. Like, I'm okay with progress, you know? Let him be getting there. But I'm just saying, as long as he's positive and, like, not being toxic and, like, weighing you down, you can sing this song to him. Okay? I'm giving y'all the okay to do that. But, yeah, y'all go and stream the record and the album.
Yeah, speak to me, guys. Make sure you run it up. I was gonna say, I feel like "Open My Heart" by Yolanda Adams had a similar effect on people.
People
They
keep
were
on
playing
saying
it in like
Why
the
y'all
Love
keep
Talking
saying
Slow
that?
Jams.
I never ever looked at "Open My Heart" as no song to no man.
People thought it was a love song. Well, it is a love song, but
room, just me and you. Love is so numb. Yeah, I guess.
Come on, I want more. Now you gotta keep going.
Operator disappointing you, so I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my world seems so cloudy. I need till I'm sure I am mine. Come on, Yolanda. Come on, like that song. Auntie Yolanda. Shout out to Auntie Yolanda. They be comparing Speak to Me to that song a lot, though. So I'm grateful for that because, Yolanda.
How would you describe yourself, or what do you? It's too early in your career to ask this, but it'll be a good timestamp. 20 years from now, 30 years from now. What do you want to be known for? Who is Koryn Hawthorne in the music industry?
Girl, I don't know. I do not know because, like, I'm not planning none of this stuff. Okay, so, like, I feel like right now, I'm doing, like, it differently, especially in the gospel industry. I don't really feel like before I got into the industry, just being a church girl, listening to gospel music, I didn't feel then that I could point to somebody and be like, oh my God, that's me, right? So, like, I just hope that I continue to widen the lane for people who might not necessarily fit the mold of what you think a gospel artist is supposed to be or whatever that thing is. I hope that I widen that lane and just make it more universal, make Jesus Christ more universal, because people keep on trying to put that man in the box. He is the box. Let's stop it. You can't put him in the box. He is the box. So I really look up to people like Kirk, who has done that time and time again. When Kirk started doing these songs and these music videos at the time, I'm sure people was like, this man is great. He's not
gagging. The senior saints were gagging. I remember
senior saints were like, oh my God. So yeah, and I mean, I deal with that from time to time right now, just with people like, that song don't say nothing about Jesus. Stop it. Okay. Yeah. Let's just continue to widen the lane. Like, they playing this song on R&B radio, and that's like a big deal to me. Like, that's super crazy. Yeah. Like, let that happen, because even though people might not necessarily know it's about Jesus, y'all know we did this on good ground. Yeah. Like, it's you can't pervert it after it was done on good ground. So let people get that good stuff for their soul and their spirit. And I just hope 20 years from now, man, that's too far, girl. I don't know. Hopefully I done something. I'm super successful. Hopefully 20 years from now, people still know who Koryn Hawthorne is. And they associate me with, like, oh yeah, she gospel music, she really took that to a whole nother level. Hopefully that's what they say. I don't know. 20 years, I'm gonna be old.
There's no doubt in my mind. Like I said, you are not going anywhere. You have made your mark. Your voice, your tone is so unique. Like, nobody could ever replace you or copy you. So you're gonna be here. I'm not worried about that at all.
Thank you, girl. That really mean a lot. With my broken nail.
It was sincere.
Thank you.
But no, it's definitely just been a pleasure to connect with you. I'm a huge fan. I've met you a couple times. You are so sweet in person. This exchange was so beautiful. So I just really thank you for coming on here and having this moment with us. Thank you, everybody who was tuned in. Make sure you share the replay with a Koryn Hawthorne fan or somebody who needs to hear this word. Okay. Stream, Run It Up, Speak to Me is available on all streaming platforms, as well as the album that it's on. It's out right now. Show some love to Koryn Hawthorne, and make sure you guys tune in to the next Bobby Pence Artist Spotlight. Thank you, girl.
Thank you so much for having me. Much love, girl.
Take care.